Okay, I'm finally making a set of Oldsmobile 350 headers, also with the more common 307. As you can see, I've just got a gasket right here. This is an old one. I got some new ones for when it's done. And what I'm doing now is laying out the flange on an Oldsmobile, and some of them you can just go get a gasket as long as it's one piece, because small block Chevys will be individuals, but you can get an aftermarket one that's one piece, so you can just lay it out. As you can see, I did over here. You can see I'm going to go across these, but I'm going to leave this one and that one like that, so the headers you just stick two bolts in, drop them down, don't have to sit there and fight it. But anyways, that's basically the start of it. As you can see, I've already cut out my dash bar for the Pontiac. Those are the brackets. It's going to basically bolt it and then weld it in. Now, as you can see, I've laid it out basically. Use the scratch awl to scratch on this rusty steel. This is about a 1/4 inch thick. It's just some stuff I had laying around. And the guy I'm building this motor for, he's not too particular. There's my scratch awl. Just a Harbor Freight one. And then the next step after I cut this out, actually I'll probably not cut it out. I'll probably do everything at once. The first step I will actually cut these holes out, not to the squareness. What I will be using is, let me go grab the piece of tubing. I got this over there and parts here. Old pressure washer frame. So we use the bins from, just to make some zoomies. These are the strut tubes of the inner shock that goes in the strut of a 240, 260, 280 Datsun. As you can see, it's pretty dang the same close size. Actually, it's just a little bit smaller, but that's perfect. It'll hold on there, and I can then weld it. But anyways, I want the hole slightly bigger, so I'll use this over there to make the zoomies. Now, Oldsmobiles have an issue with the headers hitting the power brake booster. So I got some angles that are not 90s, but so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go this way first, then use some 45s I got and go up. So what you can do to lay this out, because you see how much bigger differences is. The only thing is really you almost want to make it oval, because the heads are got such a V that the piping can become straight out. It's going to come out at an angle, so that's why I'm partially using a bigger thing too. But I'll probably just cut it like this and then use a grinder or even more of a torch to put so it's at the right angle when I use those 90s and the 45s over there, and then of course it'll come out like this. So you want to lay it out, use this. So what I might do, because you can see how much bigger that is, so what I might do, let's lay one there, but then that bolt hole, so I might lay it there, and then this one will probably be here once it angles up. Otherwise I'd have to angle, and you could if you want, angle them all forward. So put that one there, but then you always got to watch out where your bolt hole is. The only one I'm probably going to angle is this one. It's probably just going to be moved a little bit. Now if you put a deep 45 so it misses the bolts, that too would work, and then you can angle them forward. But for now I'm just going to try and angle the one up, since I don't have enough material, and hopefully that'll be enough to clear the booster. Some people say as long as you use the zoomies and not the 4-in-1s, it's because with the 4-in-1 this one sticks out much farther because it's got to go over these here, and that's usually what they say hits the booster. Some people say if you use the straight zoomies that are close to the head, not real far out, on Oldsmobiles they don't rub the booster. So that's what I'm going for. But since I have the 45s, I will move this one. I will move the back ones forward just to give this much extra. By the way, in case you're smarter than me, you do notice that technically this gasket's upside down, so technically it'd be moved forward up here, blah 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 blah. That's the way the pipes go. But anyways, there's your basic layout, and then you can do the circles. I usually do the cutout in the circles if I do them with a torch first, so they just drop out, drop out, drop out. because otherwise you're going to have to find a nut somewhere else. As you see, I got this laying on bricks. You have to find something else to hold this while you cut the holes out. If you cut the holes out first, then you're good. Then you cut the whole thing out, and then it doesn't matter if it drops down. I will just be using my little gas torch. Don't have a plasma cutter, and plasma cutters in steel make crazy sparks, so I don't really like them. Plasma cutters are better for non-ferrous metals, in my opinion. That's just because of the spark issue. Because if you're ever under a derby car with a plasma cutter and the sparks are flying like crazy, it's not fun. So that is my reason for typically not using it. Plus, I've always used a gas torch. So anyways, I'll cut these out, and when I'm done, I will give you a post video. So pause it for now. Okay, it's getting dark here, but you can see, like I said, it's just going to do a rough cut. I haven't cut it completely out because it didn't fall to the ground, whatever. It makes it easier for you to see. As you can see, I cut those holes out with the torch. That one is not quite through. Take off the edge. Hopefully it didn't get too far. So it looks like that one, then I'll cut that one off. There you go. And then I'll take it, I'll grind it a little bit so it doesn't have sharp edges, not going to get too fancy. Test it on the engine block, and then I will, once it's satisfied, I will take it over onto the other piece of metal and trace it out. And then I can start working on the headers themselves. So I'm going to post this and hopefully be able to get this done quick enough so you're not like waiting months for the next video, but as for now, there's the general idea, and I'm going to keep working. Okay, here you go. I didn't go crazy grinding this, didn't care. For one thing, this is going to be the, like I said, the down and dirty headers. You might be like, what happened here? Well, I decided, okay, I didn't decide, it just happened. I accidentally cut it off, but it doesn't matter anyways. It looks like the pipe's going to be too close, so getting that bolt in would be fun anyways. Now I'll show you, I was telling you, you can see the engine, so if you just stuck the pipe in straight, it's going to go down, which if you had like some wild bends, like a nice whoop, it would work, which in most cases, if you're building racing headers, that's what you should do, so it's better flow. I could have went a little higher on that one, it looks like. But anyway, so now the issue is you do that, and you can see it's like it's way off. So the best thing to do, what I will do, what I've done in the past, is you take this area here, grind it straight that way, and then on the back side you flip it over and do the same thing. So basically you're getting rid of this part, and then it'll slide in that way. You can slide it in that way, but it won't be this, of course. And then you'll put your 90 going up, and there you go. So, and like I said, the closer you can keep it to the engine, the less likely of hitting things. With these Oldsmobiles, since it's so far away, it allows you to use, don't have to use super tight bands. I may have some header pieces around here somewhere. I keep forgetting to look for those. But anyways, there you go. The only issue I had, this won't slide down. I'll have to grind it here because it hits. So you just can't slide the headers in by putting these bolts on. And that's the what I'd like to do. These bolts amazingly fit really nice. So all I have to do is, like I said, grind that. Now that I'm happy with them, I will grind that so I know where the next cut will be. And then I'll just take this one back outside, trace it out on the other piece of metal, and cut it out like it just did. And then it's a matter of matching up my 90s, cutting them right, and putting these headers up. They don't look like they'll stick out too much, but you know what? It'd be good enough for the down and dirty headers. And the nice thing about having 8 separate pipes is you'll know if you have an issue with one cylinder. So there you go. Once I get this all finalized with 2 flanges and the pieces cut, I will plus I'll grind these and show you better instead of just telling you what it's supposed to look like. Show you better what it's supposed to look like, and that will be in the next video. This was supposed to be the second part. Whatever, blah blah blah, I'm rambling on. But anyways, down and dirty headers. See you later.